help you to find your wind. We'll show you how to open your wind govern your life, your music.
Nation is measured by the health of its people. Fit FM, in association with Lena Medical and Gynecology Center, Stonebrook Vista, presents Health Matters, Wednesday and Friday mornings inside Morning Connection. Health Matters, a 5 minutes feature providing health tips on how to take care of ourselves and the most vulnerable in our community. That Health Matters every Wednesday and Friday morning on Fit FM 96.7.
Get your day started right with the Morning Connection. Weekday mornings, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on Fit FM 96.7. Connect with Julia Mikkel Benaya on the Morning Connection for news, business and artist promotions, great music and vibe. Morning Connection with Julia Mikkel Benaya, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. weekdays on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
News brief in a minute. News provided by credible sources and presented by Fit FM 96.7 inside the Fit Zone weekdays on the hour. News brief in a minute inside the Fit Zone on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Blessings and light. This is Imara, the musical revolutionary. Your host and the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. This and every Monday at 3 p.m. From the home to the community to the wider world. Let us be the change we want to see. Join me this and every Monday at 3 p.m. on the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
This is Lady T, Denise Gomez, host and producer of Inside the Zone in New York, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Join me on Mondays at 5 on Fit 96.7, fitfmja.com, Trelawney's Radio, your life, your music, for exciting features within the diaspora. And hear what's on our minds. It's live at 5 on Fit 96.7, fitfmja.com.
Fit mind, fit body, fit community, fit world. This is Imara, the musical revolutionary on the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race.
Struggle goes on. We are the builders of the pyramids. We are the builders of the stone cities of Zimbabwe. We build them White House. We build them factories. With blood, with sweat, with tears. With flesh, with bones. Them use build them economy. Now them want come con you and me. With them science and them technology. We make them take with knowledge. Now them are deafly. Them are blindly. We are walk, we are ride, we are drive, we are fly. Nah, look, nah, see. Eyes focus on the screen of an iPhone, Galaxy, tablet, Blackberry. Wake up, look. Uno no sister them are buried with. Ancestors crying out. Them are weak, you see we heading back to slavery. Robotic, digital, technological slavery. The rich take them session, call it recession, left the world in depression. Legal and illegal drugs and alcohol on the rise, in their interests. To our demise we patronize, now become marginalized, make fools seem wise, because we abide them lies and sell with lies, prostituting our sons, daughters and wives. Yes. This is Fit FM and the community buzz is here again on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. And we are smallcasting on Primal Media, primal4k.com. And we are also on the World Wide Web, www.fitfmja.com. Yes, I am happy to be here, you know what I mean? And as I always say, I am rich. I am rich beyond any form of thing where you can compare to, because I have life, and life is infinitely beautiful. And because life is infinitely beautiful, you know, there is no way that I can even sum up my riches. One at a time, you know, somebody did ask Dan King, how much money you have? And Dan King answered and said, if you know your money, you ain't have any. If you know how much money you have, you don't have any. So it's that kind of rich this that I talk about. You know, I am so rich that you can't even ask me how rich I am. Seeing? So we give thanks to be here, you know, July 10th, you know, 2023. And it's a beautiful day, you know, a lot of beautiful things are happening. And maybe some dark things are happening in the lives of many. But as we say, life is what you make. You understand? If you make your life miserable, it will be miserable. If you make your life blissful, it can be blissful. You're supposed to be the author of your destiny, and you're supposed to be the director of your destiny. Nobody else is supposed to be that, you know? And no matter what happens on the outside, you must focus on the inside and know that you are going to take charge of yourself, you know? So I'm happy to be here. And I hope you're happy to be where you are at this moment, because what we are sending out, light, you know, and energy, love, you know, the frequency of positivity. See, open up your eyes, come alive. Come alive now, wherever you are. Whether you are in Europe, whether you are in South America, North America, whether you are in Africa, on the continent, come alive and tune in to Fit FM. Because guess what? It's fit mind, fit body, fit community, fit world. And today we are going to talk fitness and Fit FM. So you see what is happening. See, and so all the people who tune in from across the world, prepare your mind to be fit, prepare your body to be fit, so we can have a world that can run, you know, efficiently, you know what I mean? Because really and truly, we cannot weaky and expect to run a healthy world. You know, like someone when we sit down and still control power, them old and them feeble, you know, and them even set all laws when other people supposed to retire. They have retirement age at what? Well, we have retirement age now, 60 and 65 in a Jamaica. That's it. 65. 60 for female and 65 for men. I say go. A 65 for female. So, and the man them no retired. You know, look so. Especially the politician them. You know what I mean? Some of them decide say they are going to push them out in a wheelchair. You understand? So or you feed all some people where all or you still support them. Because if you are running a country, one of the things you're supposed to do is fit on every level. You know what I mean? A leader of a country is supposed to. And these are some things we have got to talk about in what you call the new constitution that they are reforming. That we need at certain age, politicians must retire too, just like how the other ordinary citizens them are retire at 60 and 65. And we want to retire earlier too, more than, you know what I mean, you're not supposed to go up to 75-year-old and them 80-year-old and somehow not go to just a crawl, you understand, and I eat taxpayers' money. It cannot work so. See? So we see a whole heap of things going on in the world. We see some people are thread out, you know, in new tech thing now, what they call name thread. You know what I mean? Some people are chuck off of Twitter and a chuck on threads now. See? So we check threads. Who won it? The same set of people who own Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and enough things are going on over there. Well, one of the things we know a long time, see, whoever create these things, they never created in our interest. Yes, we use them. Yes, we use them to our advantage, but they are not ours to celebrate. You understand? We can celebrate the achievement of capitalists and the oppressors. It don't have nothing to do with we. You understand? I'm going to show people the reality of this. You see, during the Arab Spring, you remember the Arab Spring? Who remember the Arab Spring? The Arab Spring was this thing that took place in Egypt when there's a brethren who light himself a fire. See, I believe, which country? It was one of those Middle Eastern country. And it created a serious revolution right across the Middle East, right? And one of the things with people that boast about that this thing started because of social media and see, you know, they cannot stop the revolution anymore because I'm saying, no, maybe my voice was alone. It can't happen. And I bet it never happen again. Then we see it come happen recently again, what they call the trucking convoy in Canada, when the people them start to use the same social media to mobilize and organize, and the Canadian government literally shut them down. See? So we as revolutionary know say, no matter what them put in place, their system, they will never use their system or give you a system, you know what I mean, that we can use to defeat them. And unapologetically, as a socialist, right, me not really subscribe to anything that capitalism put in place, because it is never in the interest of all. It is always going to be in the interest of the few, and what they are going to do is continue to exploit the many. And that is the reality. See? So, you know, we have to touch upon revolutionaries when we come on this program, you know, and it is about education, and we have to read a couple things. This is from How Europe Underdeveloped Africa by a great revolutionary intellectual, Walter Rodney. And you him said, the racial contradiction extended far beyond the shores of Africa because the historical antecedents of the slave trade. It is not in the least surprising that Pan-African ideas should have been most forcefully expressed by West Indian like Garvey and Padmore, and North Americans like W.E. Du Bois and Alpheus Hunton. Those individuals had all been educated within the international capitalist structure of exploitation on the basis of class and race. Having realized that their inferior status in the society of America was conditioned by the fact of being black and the weakness of Africa, the Pan-Africanists were forced to deal with the central problem of Europe, exploitation and oppression of the African continent. Needless to say, the metropolitan powers, who never have foreseen that their humiliation of millions of Africans in the New World would ultimately rebound and help Africa to emancipate itself. So, as we say, unapologetically, we are revolutionaries. And long before social media, long before all of these things, we were always revolutionaries. We were always socialists. We were always agitating and advocating for change, for a more egalitarian society where we can have equity and love and care for each other, not exploitation, oppression, and depression, and sickness and sadness on the people. And as long as the structure of capitalism exists, that is what we are going to experience, right? So, before we go into the fitness part, we're going to look on some of the principles of Kwanzaa, and we're going to talk about one principle, our creativity, because when we observe what is happening in life, and creativity is kuumba. Kuumba means creativity, to always do as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. See? So that is why we're there. We are here because we are standing on the shoulders of our ancestors. See? We have some senior. We have Mr. Patrick Beckford in studio with us. You know, we're going to talk to him later. We're going to delve in a little politics. You know what I mean? But, you know, our main guest today is my brethren, Darren Oliver, saying from 24 Life Fitness Gym, saying I met him there and we decided, so we're going to come here. So I just observe how he, you know, deal with his clients, and Mrs. M kind of very caring and have certain things about him, you know, just from my observation. You never know me an observer, but me is an observer. Here, King. Saying so, maybe we'll go and play a piece of music, and when we come back, we make Mr. Darren Oliver tell you more about himself, and, you know, we're going to go into fitness and the importance of fitness. Ras Irie. Fit we have to fit. See it, yeah?
You have to fit, you have to fit. Yes, you have to fit. My brother, fit, you have to fit, you have to fit. Yes, you have to fit. My sister, fit, you have to fit, you have to fit. You have to fit. My brother, fit, you have to fit, you have to fit. Yes, you have to fit. Why now? This is the time to unite. No more time for fussing and fight. The youth men, open up your eyes. For this time is a serious time. The systems are corrupt. The systems suffer us. So don't you give up. The solo in high. Fit you up, fit you up, fit. Yes, you have fit. My brother, fit you up, fit you up, fit. Yes, you have fit. My sister, fit you up, fit you up, fit. You have fit. My brother, fit you up, fit you up, fit. Yes, you have fit.
Yes, Ras Irie. I'm a brethren, you know. Yeah, I remember that brethren, yeah. Bad singer, you know. Yeah, I met him years ago, from about 1989. Yeah, go on, Ras Irie. Now I've got to heal him up. Say, bless up yourself, Ras Irie. Yeah, you see, Iron Bars, he was one of the first man with that distribute Iron Bars. Man. Yeah, I mean, we used to work with a record label named Top Kick Record. Yeah, see, Ras Irie.
You have fit, you have fit. Yes, you have fit. My brother, fit you have fit, you have fit. Yes, you have fit. My sister, fit you have fit, you have fit. You have fit. My brother, fit you have fit, you have fit. Yes, you have fit. Wait, no.
Yes, yes, yes. This is Fit FM. And we are said to the people you can call in at 876-478-9144, 876-513-6668, right? And WhatsApp. And, all who tune in and interested in fitness, this is your time. Ask all the questions you want to ask. In. And I want to say, welcome, Darren Oliver, to the studio of Fit FM. What are you doing, man?
Blessings and love, man. Thank you for having me.
All right.
It's indeed a pleasure.
Great. Yes. Now, I want you to introduce yourself to the people, you know what I mean? And tell them the reason why you choose this profession, I'm going to call it profession, to be a fitness instructor.
Of course. So once again, blessings and love, everyone. My name is Darren Oliver, personal trainer here. I'm in Trelawney at the moment. I mainly work out of 24/7 Live Fitness.
Yes.
That's where I'm at most of the times.
Yeah.
Why I chose fitness? It's more like fitness chose me.
All right.
As far back as I can remember, I'm always active.
Okay.
I took a more interest in fitness in my high school years. I was on the track and field. I was doing track and field. And ever since high school, I just went straight into fitness.
Yeah. You can't talk with school, you go still,
The Dintel Technical High School.
Okay, you see the Dintel people. Are you used to the track and field of Dintel?
Yes, but.
See it. No, you never got champs in your time.
Visit a couple times.
Visit a couple times.
But wasn't that big,
But, all right.
Yeah, man.
See. Anyway, so you say fitness chose you. So if fitness chose you, must be extra fit, King. And we observe you. We see you do some jumping and flipping in the gym.
What did I set up myself on?
Yeah, they would have see it. You set up yourself. You know what I mean? Now, as I say, fitness chose you. Now, how important it is, you know what I mean, for people to observe that aspect of them life, to be physically agile, how important is it?
I would put the importance at 10 out of 10. It's very, very important. And why I'd say that, I mean, if you look around you, people are sick. People are sick from chronic illnesses and so on and so forth. Mm. And in almost all the cases, what's the recommendation? Change your eating.
Yeah.
Go and exercise.
Yes.
You understand? Start a local walk and start doing something.
Yes.
So fitness is very, very important for longevity.
Serious thing. Now, you say from high school, and now you are a fitness instructor, right? And it means that you are a qualified fitness instructor. That is what you are saying.
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Because that is what people are going to really ask, why is he just a fitness instructor? Because, people in the world, everybody talk about certification. You know what I mean? So once you're a certified fitness instructor, say, you're going to have some job, see, and to how the world is running now. It's like you people become doctors, I don't know if you really see yourself that way there, but if the doctor I go send you, say, watch, you need to go eat properly, and you need to go get some fitness going, and then some people don't have the drive or the discipline, so they would come to a Darren Oliver and say, all right, I want you to, instruct me, I want you to show me the routines and all the things that I'm supposed to do to maintain a good health. How important it is, especially when it comes to nutrition, what kind of balance with the whole training and nutrition? Can you break it down that the people can understand out there? Because people are listening to us, seeing what kind of balance, the time you eat, before you start to train, or the time and after you stop training, what time you eat, all of these things, pertaining your last meal before you go to bed and all of these things. Because I believe these things, have an impact on how people, the whole thing of your body makeup. How you look at it?
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure we've heard this on more than one occasion. We are what we eat.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, we have to pay very keen attention to that.
Yes.
I'll touch back a little bit on what I said earlier about, the first thing a doctor would say to you is, go back and watch what you eat. That's where it all begins,
Mm-hmm.
So what you put in your body
Mm-hmm.
is very, very important.
Yeah.
You can't put in rubbish, so to
Yeah.
speak, and expect good things.
Yeah.
You understand? So you have to feed the body properly, man.
Yeah.
And just to simplify it a bit,
Yeah.
ensure you're eating from all the food groups. All the food groups. And like nutritionists and dietitians, they will say, let your plate be colorful.
Okay.
You understand?
All
That's
right.
what we're working with.
Yeah.
And it's not hard.
Yeah.
It's not hard. You understand? So again, just to say that is a very important aspect of the whole healthy living. It starts with the food.
Yes.
All right. The exercise now ties in with the food,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because also you can be eating all the right things.
Mm-hmm.
For example, let me break it down a little bit. Sometimes a client will say to me, Darren, you know what? I've been eating this and I've been eating that,
Yes.
but it's just not translating in the gym. I not see the pounds I go. I not see them a drop. You understand? That is how now the exercise is important,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that ties in
Yes.
with everything.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I mean? So it's a holistic thing. You can't do one and leave the other. Both of
Okay.
them go together.
All right. As you talk about Nancy the pound ago, some people come for take off pound and some come for put on.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yeah. So what the difference, especially with those who really come and want to look bulky? You
Yes.
know, some man come a gym and up at the, just upper top, they want work, they want up at the chest to look big and they want the muscle them to look big.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. See? Now, the difference between, from the man who want to lose some weight, what kind of recommendation you would give to a man now where you just come and you just want, in 5 weeks time, you want to look like Hulk?
Well, let me start by saying this. I mean, the difference between a person who wants to gain
Mm-hmm.
and a person who wants to lose
Yes.
is calorie. One is going to be in a calorie deficit,
Yeah. Yeah.
and one is going to be in a surplus. So if
Okay.
you want to lose, you're going to be in a deficit.
Okay.
If you want to gain, you're going to be in a surplus.
Yes.
And that is how it is.
So the surplus, I could break it down than the people them out there understand. So the surplus means that you have to go eat certain things more or what?
Yes.
You have to go heat up more egg or what?
More food in general, more
food,
calories. Yes.
More calories?
Yes.
What some of the calories in? Like what? Yam?
Yes, man. Your growing provisions, your rice,
Yeah.
your eggs, as I mentioned, your
Yeah.
oatmeal,
Okay.
so on and so forth, your milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're talking about.
And when you
increasing
say
food.
milk, what kind of milk? Coconut milk or, or cow's milk? or breast milk? What kind of milk?
That's about cow's milk still. Almond milk too, you know what I mean? So,
Almond milk,
that's milk
okay.
is broad.
All right, just milk in general. Yeah, see.
Yeah, man. So
Alright.
you want to be in a surplus if you're putting on. If you want to lose, you want to be in a deficit, and that is cutting
See.
back.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So for the person now who wants to bulk up and say, boy, they want to get it within 6 weeks.
Mhm.
What I would say to that person is, one, ensure that your goal is realistic. You have to be realistic. You understand?
Yeah.
And then it comes down now to body type.
That's okay.
Right? It comes down to body type.
Yeah, okay.
So while and I don't want to get too technical, but while a mesomorph might be able to do that in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
A mesomorph. I'll come back to that in a minute.
Yeah.
The endomorph might not be able to do that.
Okay.
You understand?
Mesomorph and endomorph.
And we have ectomorphs.
And ectomorph.
Yes.
All right. You know what? All of those scientific definitions.
I can simplify it,
Yeah,
man.
all of those scientific definition have to be break down now. You know,
All right.
we need to break them down that people can get clarity.
No problem.
All right. First one.
So an ectomorph,
Yeah.
simply put in layman terms, is those persons who you would say slim and slender. small bones.
All right.
Yeah, very
Julia-
fast metabolism. Ectomorphs.
So Julia is an ectomorph.
Should be an ectomorph. You can also be
Or she in
ectomeso, you know, you can be in between.
Okay, in between.
Right? So that's for the ecto. That's for the ecto. The mesomorphs now are those persons that we call the middleman.
Okay.
Those are the ones who they don't necessarily have to go to gym, but you look at them and you're like, that person look fit.
Okay.
You understand?
Alright.
They also have a very fast metabolism, but not as fast as the ectomorphs.
See it.
And then the endomorphs now
Yeah.
are the big bone people, the ones that
Okay.
you would say chubby.
See it.
Yes, and of the three, they have the slowest metabolism. So
Okay.
it's harder for them to burn fat.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. One of our Facebook guest is saying, sad to say that not many doctors inquire how you eat and exercise. They show more interest in where and problem exists. In where and the problem exists. And that is Tavia Foster. Bless up yourself, Tavia. Tavia watching. Andrew Spence watching as well. See, in gym perhaps to focus on wellness and not wellness more instead of the aesthetic of the body. Okay, I'm seeing what you're saying here. Tavia, seeing? So, with all the explanation of the, you're going to remind me of them word, you know,
The body types.
The body types again. You're going to go back again. Let me start right them down. That they can remind myself about them. What you say?
The first one is ectomorph.
Ectomorph.
Yeah. Yes.
And what?
Mesomorph.
Meso.
Yeah, mesomorph. The middleman.
And then?
Endomorphs. Yeah, endomorphs.
Me I write too fast. Endomorph. You can't go and talk, you know.
Okay.
We know.
Okay.
Here if we go
Yeah, man. So, like I said, those are three different body types. So, I mean, you'd have to consider those when setting your goal as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
Whether to lose weight or to gain muscle mass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we see some people come to the gym, seeing and I want you to explain. And as I said earlier on, they concentrate on just one aspect of the body.
Mm-hmm.
How important it is for you to have what you call a full body workout rather than just, you know, and you can break it down in segment.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, you come this morning and you decide, say, we are going to focus on some upper body, and you come tomorrow morning and say, all right, you are going to do some leg work or such like. Or you break down that, you know, the importance of, rather than some people just every morning them come and just chest and upper body them want to build because
Right.
and they no business with the other part of them body.
No, because they want the big chest.
Because they want a big chest. You know, what about this big chest thing?
Boy, it's, you know, aesthetically it looks good.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know,
Yes.
some people don't look good though. Some people look like picking tick. You know,
Well, I think I have an idea what you're talking about.
you know picking tick. But they're so big and look at the bottom, they're so slender.
But I mean, it's important to be balanced, man. You have to be balanced because I mean, muscle imbalance is a real thing, and
Muscle
if you,
imbalance.
yes, it's a real thing. And if you overtrain
Mm-hmm.
a specific area, let's just use, for example, core.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the core is divided in more than one part. You have
Aye.
the rectus abdominis, the abs here.
Yeah.
You have the obliques. You have the erector spine in the back.
Okay.
So if you're coming to gym every day,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say you want the 6-pack,
Mm-hmm.
and every day you come here do 1,000 sit-up, but you know do no deadlift, no hyperextension for straighten the lower back.
Okay.
You're going to have muscle imbalance. You're going to be injured in the gym because one muscle is going to be stronger than the other.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, so a lot of people who got injured is because of muscle imbalance.
Sometimes it is. Yeah.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
we are
important
learning.
to have a program.
Yeah,
You
we are
know,
learning.
something to follow.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
It's good. So if you're a beginner in the gym, and that's why I always push personal training.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
See, and it is very important from somebody who is certified, who can understand all of these terms, not just the terms, but the whole concept of making sure that you have a balanced
Exactly.
system, you know, and the mind, how important, and the mental aspect of work, you know.
Okay, that's very important as well because the mind controls what? The body.
The body.
Yeah, man. So if your mental is not right,
Mhm.
the body now go perform the way it should.
See,
It now go
see.
perform. So, and a good example of taking care of the mental is meditating and doing like yoga and so on.
Oh,
Yes, man. That's a part of my regime as well.
true.
Yes, man.
You're into yoga practicing?
Yes, man.
Okay,
Yes, man.
okay. Great, great.
Yes,
I want to
man.
know how ordinary people we have inside here. And this is what we are talking. And this is something that, you know, because you see, meditation, as you talk about that, the importance of meditation, right? And the mental aspect of how you function as an individual. For instance, somebody come to the gym with a stress out vibration and you pick it up. How you deal with that?
Well, definitely.
Would you say to that individual, take a break for a week, take a break today, you know what I mean? Because what is happening with you right now, I don't believe this will help you.
Mhm. Sometimes, but it depends on the person too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is as simple as stepping outside and getting some fresh air. You know, sometimes it is because, and I'll come back to this, but sometimes when I pick up things like that, it's just there's no more workout session now. No, this is a proper discussion now. So your client is you and the client is engaging in a discussion now as to, you know, what is happening, and now you are almost like a I don't even know what to call it, a different kind of coach. They're like a stress coach or something.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Yes. And then there are times when the person needs to take a week, depending on what they're going through and the situation and how stressed they are.
Yeah.
It all depends.
So the kind of interaction you have with your client is very important because, as you say a while ago, sometimes you're taking on a role of a counselor.
Yes, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
Definitely. It's a big role, man.
It's a big role.
It's a big role.
It's
It's not one to be taken lightly.
And that is why, you know, when I was in Meds, the whole vibes of bringing you on the community buzz, you know, I think about it and say, there's another program here, you know, Wellness with Dr. Asha Mwendo. And I think about it and say, maybe it's the best program. But I also go deeper and was wondering, you know, and looking deep about the importance of a fit community. And this is the community buzz, right? And with the importance of a fit country where people are physically, mentally prepared to handle stress, to handle all of the situation that may arise, that may come upon them, and how they are going to deal with it. You understand? So these are some of the things when I really look at the whole thing, and to have you here now and hearing you expressing, right, all of the technicalities and some of the things, especially yoga. Yoga is a deep thing, and yoga is not really fitness per se.
Yes.
You know, to what I observe, yoga is a lifestyle. Yoga is a way. You know what I mean? Because it is something that is, you can't even explain the whole dynamism of it, how dynamic it is.
You're right.
You understand? So there is no way to even explain it. There are so many aspects of yoga. I have a sister who practices yoga. I'm planning to bring in her here too, you know, because she's really deep into that. So, I never seen none of that. And maybe I come at the gym the wrong time. When the yoga session go on.
You know, it's not happening right now, but we used to have a Saturday morning yoga class. It's called Inhale. Yes, man.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to bring it back soon. We're going to bring it back soon.
Yeah, man. This is very important, man.
Working on a few projects. We're going to bring it back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Now, as I asked you about bodybuilding, see, over the years, you know, I'm into this thing, you know.
Right.
I mean, I go say me just love to feel good in my body. I mean, say one of the best way for me feel good is meditation. You know, the whole thing of always. My father, if it's not one, more or less, my father teach me. He taught me this. He said, body in motion stays in motion. A simple lesson that.
Words.
And you see that, me always bless up my father for that, because him always in movement. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And me keep that in my head. You understand? That sometimes you get up in the morning and the bed say, where I go? And you say, bed, and me a roll, you know, and me lie down in you. And you a hold me. You understand? See? So the challenge sometimes to get up and go out and keep moving. See? We are looking at fitness in another holistic way. We always say fitness, some people just want build, but they not have what we call names stamina.
Yeah. I mean, again, to their...
And what I mean, let me explain what I mean.
Right.
Some people come and then will bench press 150 pounds, 10 rep, see? And then go sit down. But if you ask them for walk from your Soto out of Royalton and can't manage,
them burn out.
How important is that?
Oh my. That's very, very important as well too. The cardiovascular part of it is very important. So you have anaerobic, which is the muscle building part of it, and you have anaerobic, which is the muscle building part, and aerobic, which is the cardiovascular part of it. You have to tie them in. You have to, because you're not fit. If every day you come to the gym and, like you said, you're bench pressing 300 pounds for 10 reps and your chest is big and high, but you can't. If you walk up the stairs and you're breathing short, you're not fit. You're not fit. You must be doing some jump rope. You must be doing at least the treadmill. You must be doing, and it doesn't have to be the treadmill.
Yes.
It could be going for a long walk, going for a jog, taking a swim.
Yes.
You have to take into consideration the cardiovascular part of it, because that's very important.
You know, in about the early 2000s and the 90s, late 90s, when I used to live in East Kingston, I have a trainer. We have a gym down at the bottom. I have a trainer, ex-soldier. You know the man he used to do it. We have to run from, you know Kingston well?
Not very well.
All right. But we have to run from, Cigar on the beach out of, near to Manly Meadows. We run from, cement factory, near to cement factory. We run from cement factory to Port Royal and back,
Well, from us, Port Royal still. that must be a good run.
I don't joke thing that they used to do it. Morning time down on the beach, After we're done work out, we go swim.
Yes.
You understand? So we see where Jamaica is today. And looking at what you are doing, you get the kind of support, our people just see you as just ordinary people. How important you feel that the people them look on people who are in fitness? How important?
Yeah, man.
You feel you get the kind of respect to fitness instructors. You think we get the kind of respect in Jamaica? You may say we, like me.
You look hard, man. You have to manage too.
You think the people who into that get the kind of respect as doctors? Because the reason why I ask a question. And I remember I used to live at Portmore. And there's this hill where they call name the Britain Hill. We used to run that hill there. And so when I tell the doctor them a plan to buy out the hill. You know why?
Nobody not sick again.
Because they never get enough clients.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So may I ask them question as a political question? Do you believe that they really want to see people, you know what I mean, really healthy and physically fit in a Jamaica?
Oh my gosh.
I may put you on the spot. No. Tell me I put you on the spot.
Well,
because the truth is, what is it? What we really want? A sick society where some people make more money and drive SUV, or what we want? We want a healthy society where we know, say, we can put out more to build a good economic system. Because if the people them sick, they can't work.
That is true. That is
You
true.
know what I mean?
That is true.
And that's what we're talking about.
I mean, there are doctors out there that that is really doing the right thing
Okay.
and making recommendations and just teaching you to live a healthy lifestyle, to do the work, to eat right and to exercise. There are doctors out
Some
there.
don't
that
want a
practice-
doctor place in there. Wash them.
Yeah, man.
Let me say that. I don't want any doctor. What I'm saying, just based up on the structure, and that's why we talk about capitalism. Based upon people just want to make money, you know what I mean? Rather than just trying to make people feel well. Yeah, some people it's just money them want to make, you know.
That is true.
You
It's
understand?
sad is the society we live in.
Yeah, you know, but I am saying the importance of knowing that whatever you're offering to your clients, it must be beneficial to them. You must feel good when you see somebody, like somebody where you see coming to the gym over the years and you watch the improvement of that individual. How you feel? How you feel?
Oh my man. Very, very good.
See,
Very, very good. When
even if they don't tell you terms.
listen, man. It's an absolute joy and pleasure, man,
See,
to watch some of these persons how they mature in the gym and in their fitness. Yeah, man, over time. Yeah, man, it's a joy, especially my clients.
yeah.
Oh gosh, man, it's a joy. I love this, you know. I love what I do, you know.
We should say you love
Yes,
it,
man, I
We should
love
say
it,
you
man.
I absolutely love it. You
I love it, man.
And that may tell people, say, you know, you see, when it comes to wellness or fitness, something where you can't get up and say, I got a gym and you feel stressed out going there.
No.
You must be enjoying your workout.
Yes, man.
Yeah, I mean, anything you're engaging, if you're not doing it with a certain level of joy, it means you have to stop.
My good friend Nico is in Canada now. He would say you need to do it with the 3 E's: the energy, the effort, and the enthusiasm.
So say that again. Just say it again that people can understand.
Yes, man. You need to do it with the 3 E's:
Energy,
effort, and the enthusiasm.
Yes,
you need to put those.
Because it is very important.
Very important.
If you come with your little dead energy, fake energy, it not gonna work.
Yes.
You understand?
And another thing that I normally would tell my clients too, and they know me by this: if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. So it must be a challenge.
If it not challenge you, you're not gonna change.
That's right.
Yeah,
Simply
man.
put.
See? So if where I say Patrick Buffalo want some challenge.
Remember, if every day, if you want something to change, you must change something that you're doing. Not true?
Yeah.
You can't be doing the same thing every day and expecting.
No, you know,
results.
you come every
understand?
morning and you do 20 rep and you now had it the next month, the other
man.
week. You realize that you still at the 20.
How
the
you
next
progress?
month.
How you get better? How you get fitter? Yeah, man. It's a progressive
yes.
overload. We must do.
Yes,
man. Yes, man.
You know, Julia, you can't find another piece of music because it's fitness and song. When you come off, I'm going to ask you something, but find something there while we are. Ras Irie. Fit up Ras Irie.
Fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. My brother, fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. My sister, fit you up, fit. You are fit. My brother, fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. Why na? This is the time to unite. No more time for fussing and fight. To youth men, open up your eyes. For this time is a serious time. The systems are corrupt. The systems suffer us. So don't you give up. Just hold your head high. Fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. My brother, fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. My My sister, fit you up, fit you up, fit. You are fit. My brother, fit you up, fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. Yeah. You said both never give up. You never had it easy. So try down your mission. Pursue all your dreams. Just live life with ambition. Work hard and you'll achieve it. Life is so tough. Have faith in the Almighty. Fit you up, fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. My brother, fit you up, fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. My sister, fit you up, fit you up, fit. You are fit. My brother, fit you up, fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit. Wait, na. In the street we are fighting to survive. Babylon will computerize we, but we never gonna give up. We gonna only aim high. Fit you up, fit you up, fit. Yes, you are fit.
Yes, that's Ross Irie, you know what I mean? Fit you up, fit, you know what I mean? And we give thanks for a kind of vibration like that, a kind of piece of song and music like that, you know what I mean? Because it keep us up and going. So people, as me say, you can WhatsApp and you can text. Bless up all the people on Facebook and bless up on the people over YouTube as well. Them over YouTube too. Yes, and Primal Media. Bless up Primal Media. You need Joel Muyong. Bless up on us and all the way in the United States of America and across the world, because we say, you know what I mean? We are on the World Wide Web. I don't like use the word web, you know, because it's like, well, I will get trapped in this little web thing. But, you know what I mean? We are all over the world. We are internationally connected. I'd rather use a term like that. See? Yeah. So, people, you can call in 876-478-9144. 876-513-668. Call in and, you know, anything you want to know about fitness, you know, you can ask Darren Oliver. You know what I mean? Yes. He can teach you and, you know, show you. And as we have said, you know, the best time to work out. I could ask the question there. The best time. Well, and before we ask the question, Tavia again. I wish our fitness experts were more creative and enterprising to include just ordinary folks. Tavia, we have beaches and whole heap of tools in our homes. Education and structure is needed so we can help ourselves. Playing a sport, even recreationally, helps. True. Yes, Tavia, true. Yeah, true. Saying, how important it is to be, you know, creative in the whole thing. Yeah, I should talk about that.
Very. You have to be creative.
Yeah.
You don't need to have clients in the gym as a trainer to get results, especially on a weight loss program.
Okay.
Especially on a weight loss program, and even muscle building, depending on how much muscle the person want to gain. But you don't necessarily have to be in a gym facility or a gym setting. Yes, man. You can find things around your house of persons who don't have the means to go to the gym. There's stuff you can do at home. Yeah, man. Those are stuff you can find stuff around the house. Those water bottles, those 500 ml, fill them with water. Do some bicep curls. Do some shoulder presses.
Okay.
Do some walking lunges, stuff like that.
So therefore, somebody with their home and really like come at the gym, because you have some people who don't like crowd and they want to build up their confidence first before them come out. You're available that somebody can call you and say, come to my home and give me some.
I do house calls as well. Yes. Yeah, man, I do.
See that. You have to give out your number and everything, you know. I mean, make people know where I do. So, yeah, I mean, so the brethren send the house call. See? So if you know want to come at the gym, see, it will come to you.
Definitely.
That's what we are saying. See, so the question I was asking, morning or evening exercise, which is the best exercise? Me's a morning man. I
You're a
don't
morning person.
yes.
All right. And this is what I'll say. Exercising anytime during the day is good.
Mhm.
All right. I'm not going to say, because that again is depending on one's time,
Mhm.
right? But for me, and persons will differ a bit from me, but for me, I prefer to work out in the morning. I feel better. The
Because
air
the
is
morning,
fresher.
the morning keep it.
Yes,
It's like the
ma'am.
morning sets you on a mood for go scotch over the day.
Exactly. When you train in the morning and release those endorphins, it helps you. It helps you to navigate through your day and to deal with the stress that lies within the day.
Julia was asking you something pertaining to you come to the gym a morning, you not full your belly and come to the gym in the early morning.
No, while I can do it, it's not recommended. So I would say a reasonable amount of time to eat before you train is about 45 minutes to an hour. So your
Okay.
food can be somewhat digest.
So what about all me? You know, we eat from about my last meal is maybe about 6 o'clock in the evening. I mean, eat again till maybe 12. When I say eat, the following day.
Mhm.
But me just feel energized when I come to the gym in the morning and
Right.
and drink some water. That's all me have before I come to the gym.
Mhm.
A nice bowl of water, and then me just work out.
And then you have-
and then I go home and me just maybe have a cup, drink some more water.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, to replace
Mhm.
you know, the fluids and I rehydrate myself.
Yes.
Yeah. And then me have some tea and then me have some juice
Mhm.
and maybe some fruit and just
And that works for you.
I saw me live.
All
And
right.
tell me not eat nothing really hard till maybe about midday, sometime at 1 o'clock.
Mhm. And if you're
But it's
good
just
doing
juice.
that.
Yeah, man.
All right. So while you can do that, not everybody can do that. Not everybody is able to do that.
That's the thing we want to talk about.
So I can't do that.
You can't?
No. No.
Aye.
So for me,
Mm.
and I was up very early, but for me to be functioning, efficiently and at my best,
Yeah.
when I wake up in the morning, let's say I wake up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, I have a shake,
Okay.
which includes like whey protein, maybe some milk, some peanut, any seeds I have, some
Okay.
oats, and I have that.
Okay.
And I go to the gym. That's for
Oh,
me,
Okay.
right? If it's a very physically demanding morning at the gym and I'm exerting a lot of energy, as soon as I'm done with the gym, I have to eat again, or else I feel like I'm going dead.
Whoa.
Literally.
Whoa.
So that's me. But
Yeah.
for some persons that doesn't work, they have to go to the gym fasted and work out, and then eat later on in the day, and that works for them.
Yeah, you see the difference.
So it all depends on you.
Yeah, the difference
Mhm.
in what I call it, body type, the difference and the structure of your own mentality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the body types ties in there as well too,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because while the ectomorph and the mesomorph persons, in most cases, cannot work out fasted or fasted for a long time and then go train,
Okay.
the endomorph, the chubby person, can do it. Because they have all that energy already.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
Okay.
deep. Yeah, man.
You see, that's why this program is about education. You know what I mean? How we educate the people them out there to understand how to function. You know what I mean? Especially
Right.
those in our community. Because it is very important. It is very important for us as a people to keep ourselves sharp on all levels, physical, mental, spiritual, The whole thing, you talk about breathing and yoga, the importance of understanding breath work.
Mhm.
How important is that?
Again, another big one. Very important. Remember, breathing is life, Breathing is life. So it's very, very, very important. It's very, very important.
Well, say some people not really breathe consciously,
Mhm.
So they unconsciously shallow breathe.
Mhm.
When we talk about deep breath,
Mhm.
Conscious, sitting for 10 minutes and
Mhm.
just say is a breathing exercise you're going through.
Yes.
And that is
Yes.
why you know, I would encourage you to start the yoga session them again. You know,
We're going to resume soon, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, we're going to resume soon.
You understand? And make it open to the public in a way. You know, I would suggest that
Right.
open to the public and.
It was, you know, actually, you know.
And that you can build up your client marketing strategy. Me, I give you a show for that.
Of course.
See, because you see, one of the things sometimes we have to observe, we have to look at, you know, sometimes, you know, we can't look first thing at the money.
True.
First thing we must look on how we are going to make people see the importance of paying for this.
I love that.
You understand?
Yes.
Because if you sell somebody, but him don't understand the value. But when him experience it and know how valuable this thing is to my body, then you can say, all right, you know, say you need to pay for that something you do.
Well
Since
said.
you realize, say, this thing is that
Yes,
important,
yes.
how much you're willing to pay for it. You understand?
Yeah, but
Whenever taste it, I tell him, say, boy, pay me for do this. And him just believe, say, boy, you are just showing interest in yourself, wanting to take some money from him. You know, them say, whatever you are doing, you know, you must willing to share it free. But when we say free, there is nothing free. There's, I don't even know, like use a word, because there's nothing really
is
free. Because anything that you do,
there's a cost.
there's a cost. And when I say cost, I not talk monetary cost. I am talking, it may be cost you some energy. It may be cost you
A
some
sacrifice.
time, you know what I mean? But you realize that the cost is also benefiting other people. So it just work in what we call in a reciprocal way, the reciprocity of life. I give, you receive. So the receiver must be grateful for the giver, and the giver must also be grateful for the one who receives.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I believe that.
And that's the whole thing pertaining to you and your client. You know, if you don't have somebody interested in you training them, then your qualification don't really make no sense. Not true.
True. And then I mean, as a trainer, I also have to let people understand, again, you touched on it earlier, what they're getting.
Yes.
You know, so I teach a lot. And funny enough, I was just having a discussion yesterday. We don't do this. I don't do this for the money.
Okay.
We need money, of course.
Of course.
But firstly, it's for you, the client or the person, to see the need for it, like we just said, and see how important it is for you.
Yes.
You understand? Yes.
Yes.
And that's where I come from, really.
Yeah.
That's where I come from.
Yes. This is Fit FM. This is a community buzz, and we're talking to Darren Oliver, fitness instructor from 24/7's Life Fitness. See? 24/7 Life Fitness. Yes, the gym open 24/7.
Yeah,
So tell me something. Nobody got to work out all midnight?
Yes, man.
How are you saying?
Yes, man. Remember, it's a 24-hour facility, you know, and it's biometric entrance.
See there?
So
Yes.
Once
That's
you
true.
get there and put your finger on that, once you have an active
Yeah,
membership,
man.
the door will open.
Mhm.
Yes, and you go in and you do your thing.
Yeah.
Yes, man. People right through 24/7 persons are at the gym.
So if you're there one, so when me I go say,
Well, you need to come there.
you see all the man them with their woman and a woman in them bed. You see?
The gym is a good place.
The
Yeah.
gym is a good place. Go work out. All the woman them who no have no man.
24/7 Life Fitness.
Yeah. And get to override in there. You can go there and just burn up some calories. You know what I mean?
Right, so.
See? Yeah, man. It's a joy having you here, my brethren.
Yes, man. It's
And
a pleasure.
we hope one day we can have the community buzz live at the gym. You know what I mean? One of them
that would
afternoon
be-
here we can come in and do a live thing.
That
you know?
would be good. I welcome that.
That you can do some demonstration, you know, on Facebook and YouTube, and everybody can see the whole thing. See? So we're going to arrange that.
Definitely.
We are going to arrange
Sounds
that.
good,
You know what I
man.
mean?
I
Because
welcome that.
you know what I mean? You know, because you know,
Yes.
this I would like this thing to be a collaboration with Fit FM. You hear the station name? Fit FM. So Fit FM is about fitness, you know.
Yes.
And as you hear my Virgin Rosaria sing, boy, fit you have to fit. See? So we want Jamaica to be a fit place, you know. And when we say fit place, you know, that the people start to take more care in them country, in the community, you know. And when we say fitness also mean how clean you are. You don't want nobody coming in your gym and smell bad on them things.
No, so hygiene, yes, and
so you say
everything.
hygiene is important.
Very, very important.
Nobody coming to the gym with some little small bad thing and disturb all the people them inside.
Yeah,
there.
remember, you're not the only one in this space, you know. Others are in this space, so, you know.
Yeah, so some know say them rule is supposed to exist. Make sure
yes,
exist there.
All
That is
right.
when you're coming, you're supposed to keep
Yes.
yourself, and the gym
Hygienic.
is a place. It's very, you know, it's clean. On a community, a clean space as
Definitely.
well. You know what I mean?
They go hand
I
in
want to left out to make sure so the place left clean. And not left
Yes.
no garbage and them something in the place. See?
For me, that's one of the most disrespectful thing is persons that goes to the gym and leave everything just all over the place. Yeah, man, it's not good. It's just not good. If you don't expect somebody to clean up after you. You
Yeah.
understand?
So when you use
Yes.
some weight and you're done,
You re-rack it.
re-rack it.
Yes.
Yes. These are the things.
When you sweat on the bench,
When you sweat on the bench,
sanitize it.
sanitize
Because
it.
those are provided.
Me, I wonder if this sanitizing thing, but before even COVID, remember them. things
Yes,
they used to
man.
go on, you
Yes,
know what I
man.
mean? You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
man.
it's not just COVID. So I don't want people believe say it's a COVID. thing.
No, man.
You know what I mean? Since the whole sanitizing. 'Cause
There's stuff that can be transmitted through sweat, you know.
Of
So you
course.
have to, that's why we sanitize.
Of course. Of
Yes,
course. Of course.
So
You know what I mean? See?
but to keep it clean, man.
Yes.
Yes.
See?
Goes hand in hand.
So you know that you're a family of Fit FM now. See?
Ah.
You understand?
I feel like family.
Yeah.
Trust
So
me.
what I want you to do, you know, before you leave, tell the people how them can reach you. Because we know just can't come and stuff, you know. We are help you
Of
to
course,
like,
and
you
I
come and
appreciate
share your
that.
vibes. So tell them how them
appreciate
can
that.
reach you. You know what I
Definitely.
mean?
So I'm located at 24/7 Life Fitness. That's in Rock, Falmouth, upstairs Johnson's Petroleum.
All right.
That's where we're located. Well,
All who want call your personal. You know, and give out your number.
I can. I can.
Oh,
The ladies need
I took your business.
you just said to the Julia.
the ladies need to know that
Oh my God.
You said Julia.
that Darren look well.
All right. Julia said that to them.
All right. I'll give a contact number.
Yeah.
So for the gym, 1 second.
Yes, you better fit. You better fit, boy. Yes, you better fit.
Junior Reid.
You have to fit, you have to fit. To get tight, you have to fit. Fit. To hit the shot, you got to smart. Smart. To hit the shot, you got to smart. Smart. In the morning.
The number for the gym is 857 5600. That's how you can contact the gym. So once again, the number is 857 5600. That's for the gym. For personal trading services, I can be contacted at 819-0230. Again, that's 819-0230 for personal training services. Yeah, man.
So then say, for the gym is 857. That's it. 5600. And personal link for Darren Oliver 819-0230. Seeing, and we give thanks. We give thanks, my brethren, for the eye coming through. Seeing, I don't know if you want to hang with a little more or you want to just go and go. All the vibes becoming ways. A busy man, but we're there till 5 o'clock.
Yes.
See, me go and talk to my brethren, Patrick Beckford. You know what I mean? So we give thanks. Thank you for coming, my
It was a
brethren.
sincere pleasure, man.
Ah,
Anytime
all
I
right.
meet Darren again, I will be here.
All right.
Thank you. Blessings
See?
and love.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'm on seeing in the morning. King. See
Yes, sir.
Blessing. Cool. All right. See.
On the road, me not travel no one, me not eat no steak, me not eat no ham. Grandma do me as a vegetarian. Music is my application. Running on the field to dig some yam. Pick some can music, make a shaman scoop it, come and get it for yam. Start to sing over the bam bam. Look how me big, look how me strong, strong. Say me more, say it loud. Hey, Jiwo, Jiwo, look how me big, look how me strong, strong. Me a vegetarian. Galang, eh, you want to say better fit. To get tired, you have to fit, you have to fit. To get tired, you have to fit. Fit. To hit the chart, you got to smart. Smart. To hit the chart, you got to smart. Smart. In the morning as I rise, put on me tracks, so can exercise me. Want to fit. On the road, me not travel no one, me not eat no steak, me not eat no ham. Grandma do me as a vegetarian. Music is my application. Running on the field to dig some yam. Pick some can music, make a shaman scoop it, come and get it for yam. Start to sing over the bam bam. Look how me big, look how me strong. Say me more, say it loud. Hey, Jiwo, look how me big, look how me strong. Me a vegetarian. Galang, fit you up, fit you up, fit. To get tight, you have to fit. To hit the chart, you got to smart. Smart. To hit the chart, you got to smart. Smart. In the morning as I rise, put on me tracks, so got exercise. Me want to fit. Me want to fit. Walk on the road, me not trouble no one, me not eat no steak, me not eat no ham. Grandma give me as a vegetarian. Music is my application. Use my money buy food and place. Now use my money buy me a free base. Don't want my pants drop off from my waist. No one feel I like me out of space. No guy can come put I chin. Take my chin and go pop it spot. And the woman got stiff enough to laugh and take that big joke. Look how me big, look how me strong. Say me more slave long bang, galang pang. Look how me big, look how me strong. Me a vegetarian. Hey.
Saturdays at 4 p.m. Join Fit FM 96.7 FitFMJ8.com for a simulcast of Primal Sports, an interactive sports program produced by Primal Media and presented by top sports activists. So tune in to a simulcast of Primal Sports on Fit FM 96.7, FitFMJ8.com, and Primal4K.com.
Small and medium-sized business owners, promote your business on Fit FM Business Ballout. Call our sales office today at 876-377-3442 or 876-317-1991. Don't be left out. Promote your business on Fit FM Business Ballout.
Yeah. Yes, welcome forward to the community buzz, right? We just had Mr. Darren Oliver, seeing fitness instructor, seeing, and we're just happy that we have that kind of vibration and interaction with the brethren, seeing fitness, psychologically, mentally, physically, spiritually, seeing this fitness we are dealing with, so we're happy to have Darren Oliver here, and he shared so much with us. So I hope you learn from it and just sit down in your house and stress out yourself, if you're in and around this community, the gym open 24 hours, and you're there in your bed and you feel like, say, you want to work out, and that kind of workout then happen, you can't just go down at 24 hours, life fitness and burn up some of that rather than make it get to your head and you drop down dead. See? So yeah, it is the reality. It's the reality. And life is beautiful. And we have to keep it that way. See? So my brother, me always talk upon the phone. See? And always sending me something You see, you're in a Falmouth to survey the place. Welcome to the studio. You're coming already when we're not there without my knowledge. I don't know why you come look for Julia without informing me. Why you there, pan? Eh?
Fight now, right?
Eh? You must make sure you contact me before you come look for Julia. All right, sir. We have a brethren, you know what I mean? He's a family of Fit FM. Always log in, always tune in, you know what I mean? And support this program, especially this program. See, we give thanks to our brethren. We have him so many times on the community buzz. Mr. Patrick Beckford he's a Jamaican, but him living in the United States of America, New Jersey. Now in the Jamaica ball about him hot. What kind of hotness? You come from Jamaica, boy, you're hot. Yeah? What about Becky?
Hey, I'm good. Good to meet you. Yeah, Ivara. And no, I came in Wednesday afternoon. And so Thursday morning, you know, like that's one of my favorite time on Fit FM is Track Back Thursday because my radio is blasting all over and people see me driving and I'm driving and Thursday just like the vibes. But I decided to surprise Julia. She thought I was in New Jersey up to about 10 minutes before I said, open the door.
See.
You know, so, but yeah, I came here, you know, for some little personal business and this, as usual, I come to Falmouth as you receive a lot of my Facebook pictures and postings that I did because when I come, I like to walk around and surprise people, you know, visit some older folks like my teacher in Hague, went and spent some time with her Saturday, you know, with some relatives and old friends. And one of my best friends' mother who had a stroke also paid some visit and everything. But, you know, most of the time as I was walking around, the environment of Falmouth kind of just, you can't escape it.
Yes.
One of the first things that got me so teed off was just looking at the Water Square, what was used to be Water Square. Being changed, history being changed. And so I decided to do as unscientific survey, but each person I walked around there, if I talked to maybe about 100 plus people. And 9 out of 10 are not appreciative of the statue being placed in the square of Falmouth. Everybody is
9 out of 10, you say?
Yeah, in Falmouth. And yesterday I was at a meeting and the matter was brought up and the entire people in there.
Who organized that meeting that you?
That was a political meeting. And I just went in and I...
Organized by who?
Organized by the councillor.
Which councillor?
For Falmouth.
Councillor for Falmouth?
Yeah.
That is Mr. who?
Garth Wilkins.
Garth Wilkins.
The meeting was not about the thing. It was a political meeting, but there was an opportunity to ask questions. So instead of I asked my question by, telling how annoyed I am personally about it. And everybody got up and applauded what I said, that, it's misplaced in the
No, the question I want to ask, and a survey is a survey, see? You say 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. I'm not exaggerating at all.
Then I want the statue out of Water Square.
Exactly.
So, what you would have said, in a democratic society, that would violate the whole principle of democracy then. That's
exactly.
What I'm saying.
I agree with that 100%. And when I mentioned it...
So, but before I go any further, so what you're saying, it seemed that there wasn't any form of consultation with the citizen of Falmouth or the people within this.
There's a disconnect between the is it TMC, Municipal Council, that's the new name. I know is that Parish Council.
Now, before we talk about them, we have to, before we even go to the whole thing of the Trelawney municipal council, right? Before we go to them, they are not the one who commissioned the statue to put up in Water Square. They are not the one, because we have to get that clear. See, because we can't put the blame on them if they are not the one who commissioned the statue to be in Water Square. See, we must know who are the one who are putting the statue there. You understand? Maybe they are just facilitators. You know what I mean? Because they are the municipal corporation that is responsible for the space. But you know that sometimes they have been overruled by government or by central government. Let me use the right term.
Exactly, but one of the things that's representative of the people of the parish, and in particular the township, they should have been pushing back, and they're not. They rolled over, and they think that is a good idea. But I take it a step further. It's not gonna. Don't say, but I'm doing a research personally as someone who owns property in the town, and I'm doing a research to really see if legally an injunction can be applied to the courts of Jamaica based on environmental, historical, because remember the town was dedicated in UNESCO, by UNESCO, to be a heritage site in the world. So to change a heritage site and change the aesthetics of the heritage site must be some violation by the country and the parish accepting that designation.
So you believe putting a statue there would destroy the aesthetic of this heritage site?
Right. Because
no, but you see, people would say to you that Usain Bolt is now a national treasure as well.
So is Water Square. Because of Water
so
Square.
People would say to you that the statue of Usain Bolt would enhance Water Square.
No, it would not. In my personal opinion, it's defacing history.
Okay.
That Water Square was built to supply ships in conjunction with Falmouth Water, a company formed by a group of money people to get water in the town. A lot of people are unaware that Bendon, which we celebrate every Wednesday, started in 1799 around the water tank that was first there. And as years goes by, they enhance it by improving it. We no longer need the aqueduct that was built from Martha Bray, used by the water wheel that we have a Danshaw there or something like that, to put water from Martha Bray. That was the origin of it. But as technology increases, they redesign it, they formed the Water Square. It has been remodeled, but never ever to be added there. There are a lot of people in Trelawney that we could say, why not this person, the thing? I mean, somebody's going to break Usain Bolt record 2, 3, maybe in a year, maybe this year, whatever. And it's not about that. I think what we're saying and what a lot of folks are saying, the putting it in the square, but in the center was not the best place. They should have left the Water Square itself as it is in the center. There's right beside I look at it, right beside the courthouse to the right, if you're looking at it from a Water Square, there's a nice piece of property. Not only Usain Bolt statue could be there, it could be the most prominent. But they have Veronica Campbell-Brown, for example, who has, and many other Trelawney athletes who have represented and brought fame to Jamaica could have been placed there. But they weren't listening to the tone. And this is a lot of things that I'm hearing.
When you say listening to the tone, when you're really calling the tone, is it that there's a organized structure, an organized group of people who are making this proposal, and the proposals are in writing, and who you write to, who you send these proposals to?
And there goes a question that nobody knows, because they only see these things, and when they make noise, I know people go to certain offices and they've been
No, but the question I'm
shoved
asking,
out.
the question I'm asking you, you are making this suggestion, and if you are going to, if we really want to change, we have to engage each other.
Exactly.
And engage each other upon a level in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Because you see, this country, all the way born here, so I mean, I believe nobody have no more rights over the others. You know what I mean? And I believe one of the things that is holding us back, is that we have lost the skill of communication. I believe everybody just want to talk down to one another and say, "Am I fighting right?" You know what I mean? But that dialogical discourse with respect, where we can sit together, you know what I mean, and put issues on the table, and agree to disagree and say this is what will work for us, and this is not going to work the way that all would benefit from it. I don't believe that the structure and the country that are and the system that is running the world, ready for that. Because first and foremost, when you start to talk that way, people start to brand you a socialist or start to, I'm a socialist because that is a socialist principle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where my idea must not be the ultimate idea. My idea must be scrutinized and critique and see how best. And if somebody else have an idea, we listen to the idea. So 15 ideas can come within the circle or within that meeting or within that dialogue. And then we all sit and say, which one will really work?
Exactly.
In the best interest of all.
And I would say, based on the conversations I have, people, most of the folks I talk to feel disconnected, because one of the things I would say, when I was growing up, in my formative years, we had organizations where we were active in the township, and there's my activism came from, and we'd advocate for things in the town. And you talk to folks, they don't feel any connection with the representative. I give you just a detractor. I was told by many that there's an appointment in Falmouth for the destination manager for Falmouth, and it's not somebody from Trelawney who lives in the parish, doesn't live around. He came one day and made some big talk, and then that person hasn't been seen for months. So how can you appoint someone to be destination manager for a place that they know nothing about? So might as well take somebody from Dominican Republic to be Minister of Tourism or Minister of something for Jamaica, like how the hotels are doing it now. They're taking a lot of people outside to be entertainment managers at hotels.
Yeah, because one of the things we must look at, in Jamaica, see, the 4th of July, right? You know what I heard across from me? Fireworks.
Whoa.
And what was celebrating in Jamaica.
I don't even celebrate it.
No, me just point it out to you that you must look deeper into this thing. That there are some properties here in Jamaica are United States properties, or wherever them come from. Some properties in Jamaica, they are Spanish properties. You see what we are talking about?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I say?
Yeah.
So when you see your country around the way there, that there are some place in Jamaica, so there are some place in Jamaica where you go, you're in the territory of the French, or you're in the territory of the United States of America, or you're in the territory of the Spaniards. See? So whoever them want to employ, because this is their spot them that they bought and in control of. That is how capitalism work, and that is how what you call them private sector and privatization of a country works. If we want these things to change, right, we have to think national.
And I agree there 100%. We were doing that at some point. You and I probably
Come
share-
to the mic, man. Come
You
to
and
the
I are
mic.
doing. You and I probably share the same thing.
Yeah.
I stayed in Jamaica. I remember in the 70s. You and I probably remember in the 70s when they had the backlash about Jamaica because we became friends with Cuba and hotels were going down. And what happened is that we realized that we can now go to the hotels to have our vacations with our family and sustain a lot of hotels. But I think what we're having here, and call me a socialist for saying that, but this is what is practiced where I live in New Jersey. If you are Mara, Fit FM is going to open any business in New Jersey, you are bound by law to have set aside. What is set aside? Women, you must hire a certain amount of women. You must hire a certain amount of minority. You're going to representative of the community. What we're doing now, and we see all these fireworks, it surprised me a lot. I know at the embassy they probably have some, but what is happening? We're giving away a lot of our properties in Jamaica, and we're opening these monstrosities of hotels, and we're doing it, and we just sign a deal, go here and build a 700-room thing, and there's no provision. It says, okay, you have to hire X amount of Jamaicans. Prior to that, what I've been reading in the news, we don't have any skilled person in Jamaica. But yet a lot of skilled person in Jamaica are being employed elsewhere overseas. But Jamaica's now been brainwashed. We don't have all these skilled persons. So now these new enterprises are coming in with their workers, overshadowing our own Jamaican people. And then they're giving them the property to do what they want. You know, we're not saying to them, hey, you can't come here and don't hire X amount of person, X amount of managers, X amount of chefs, X amount of waitresses or whatever. If you have a management position of 10, we have enough skilled people there. They started, condition the minds of people to say we don't have enough people interested in hospitality, for example. So we can't appoint them anything. So once these guys come in, oh yeah, you don't have it, do what you want. So we have people. I stayed at a hotel locally, and the entertainment manager couldn't communicate with me because I'm speaking English, this person Spanish. How this person knows about the culture, and I looked at the entertainment, look how watered down it was, in comparison to prior times when we had, free will, and we had hotels were hiring Jamaicans in positions, and everything. So this is what is happening that I see. And so we have, maybe two different societies. Our own people are being.
No, but from your observation, otherwise than pointing out the problem that we are having, that is one of the things. We see the problem. See, we are looking at solution, or we can solve them problem. So that you see, that is one of the things. When I talk to when Julia talk pertaining to the community boards and I be in the wards, it's me not really want to come every day and we talk about the problem we have.
Right.
We want to find out how we are going to solve this problem. What strategies and mechanism we are going to put in place to solve the problems. And when we solve the problems, it's not just solving them and then it go back to the problem, but to solve. Fidel Castro says one thing to win the revolution, but it's how we maintain it. You understand?
Yeah.
So when we put things in place, because we can go back to the 70s, that gone, you understand? We have to look where we're going in Jamaica now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And how is it we are going to make the kind of change that can benefit all? You understand? Because one of the things, that we must look at, you see the thing with them called bread and butter. Is a serious thing, when you go deal with people who don't understand how the political structure operate and how things run. When a man, you go tell a man, say, boy, you need to stand up for this. And him say, but may I get me 200 and may I get me 40,000 a weekend, give me nothing. You understand? So them set we up in a way, So I am saying, what are the strategies that you are going to get the people to become more aware, more conscious of the long-term thing that we want to, not just me, where I get my bread and butter, you know. We don't even know if we can, or we are going to do that. But to put something in place for when me and you gone, we pick them can at least have certain stability about themselves and about them life, and then can feel proud. You know, say I am a Jamaican, and look and see some foreigner come here, a link bigger than them, where them four parents and them grandparents struggle and died and gone, and them still there. I do the same
one of the
thing.
things I said, there's a lack of leadership in many ways. And why I say that about leadership is that if you're a leader, you're supposed to educate. And there's lack of education of people. I mean, I remember reading Civics for Young Jamaicans. They have the active and the passive citizens.
Yeah.
That was a big chapter. And we lack activism.
Yeah.
It's because to me is, as it says, eat a food mentality, and the figure go on. Here's one thing, it may be surprised, Julia. In my walk, and this is when it comes to leadership, and they're talking about the environment and how messy and smelly Falmouth is. I discovered that it was the blockage of the drainage. But a big contributing factor to that is our citizens. Because right now, where I live and other places, I see signs of it around in Falmouth. There are a lot of people where I live, my property, the sidewalk on my property, I'm responsible to make sure it's clean if I get a ticket. And that's something I talked to a couple of people. I said, why can't we talk to the citizens? I said, hey, you know what? If you spend the time to clean this up, your grass won't go inside the gutter, so to speak, and stop the water from flowing, because now you won't have to make a big step or jump over to go to your yard. And you're going to blame parish council or the council or the mayor for not doing that. When we can start to do little things like that, I see a number of homes that they clean them and they plant, flowers and everything to beautify it. That's one simple way. How do we get the citizens educated to do that?
But you have an active citizen association in the place. We don't see no active citizen
Exactly
association.
what it is. And so that's why I'm saying it's leadership. The councillors should say, hey, listen.
No, it's not. We're not talking about political leadership.
I'm just naming them.
You have to focus. You have to focus. We have to focus on community leadership.
Right.
Because, and there's where the structure, get break down, and destroyed. Yes, when you don't have community leadership, when you don't have people from where you don't have respect in them house. Because if people observe how you and your family live and how you treat each other within your community leadership really mean that it has to be an individual. Yes,
exactly.
Somebody can elect or select an individual and say, because of your capabilities, saying we are asking you to be the president of the Citizen Association. But if you decide you don't want to do it anymore, 15, 20 more people there ready to take up the mantle.
Right.
Seeing? So that's what you can have a continuum of what is happening.
Exactly.
Seeing? Now, when we talk about leadership, it's something have to be developed, it's something that we have to prepare ourselves for. You understand? And all leadership are going to happen if we are not even having a good relationship with the neighbor.
Yeah.
It's so much people maybe live here now and don't know who them next neighbor is.
It feels like certain places in America when I moved there.
So you're just going to want to just dispose your garbage because and you don't have business if it affect your neighbor. And whatever thing you want to do over your yard, whether it's a loud talking or playing your music loud or whatever.
Without regard for it.
Without regard for your neighbor. So this is something where I said, Mr. Patrick Beckford, not just Falmouth. Because sometimes we become so sensationalized when it comes to a community and believe it's just the community we live in. You know what I mean? But we are looking at Jamaica. You know what I mean? Because if we do something beautiful in Falmouth, would I like it can spread out right across Jamaica.
Take the spark to get the fire going.
Get the fire going.
Yeah.
the things that are affecting us today in Jamaica, seeing, we must pay attention to them. One of the things, most of the things we are going right now, I don't believe we are going to find this young man that was here a while ago, you know, and that's why I invited him, you know, Darren Oliver, because I want young people to start to have a voice. And I said it to Julia Wadier that maybe we need to start to engage some younger people and to stimulate their mind, seeing, because we are going out. So if we don't have some young people who are going to come up with a knowledge and understand the importance of taking care of themselves and to take care of each other, and the importance of becoming politically literate, that you can understand that these policies that government going to put in place is going to affect us. When you vote for an MP or you vote for a councillor, you are voting for what you call them lawmakers. You are going to, in parliament, and they're going to formulate laws and they're going to put rules in place. Those rules must affect us, right? And if them rules are going to affect us, whether positively or negatively, what is it we are going to do to be active participants in the making or the formulation of whatever they are going to form? And this is why we want to come back to the statute that you are talking about. Because if you are saying, and you as a citizen, I mean, I want you to feel like me, I doubt you, because you are doing what every citizen should have done. All that we should have think about that, you know. Because that is really political activism, you know. But what we don't want it to be, like it's a partisan political activism.
Right.
You see me I say? So if other people from the other side would I look into it and I say, but no, that statue, all I don't really want it, and that is not because of this party in power, but the people don't really want it. Me I talk about the people, whether you're PMP, GLP, or no P, the people no like what go on. So you consult the people. This is what we are talking about.
One of the things I must say, okay, I mentioned Civic for Young Jamaica, which stimulates my mind as a kid growing up reading it and everything about being active and learning about the formation and how the government run. I think that was taken out of a curriculum for some reason. I don't know when, by who or whatever. But I think, you know, traveling to Cancun once, I remember the tour guide was talking about that tourism, what it means to them, as an example, what it means for him to learn about the country, to understand if he messes up the street and everything. He said, this is how we deal with tourism because this is our bread and butter. So, I mean, but they don't want everybody to feel, from the farmers to the street cleaner, everybody as a stake into the main thing in Cancun for the economy, which is tourism. And I'm saying that we can benchmark some of these ways, because I agree with you 100% that it's to get the leaders from within our own selves, rather than look, so to speak, on the politicians and the things. And I think if one way, I'm a church person, and I think even as a church, we probably can need to start that within. From within. I'm just pointing the different areas.
Clear up something with you. When we say the politician come from among us, you know.
Right.
You understand? So when we say the leaders from within us, what we don't want is the disconnect. You understand? Now that you have been elected, to serve the people, right? But the electors or the electors, see, must be active. You can't just go vote and go on your yard and sleep. See, so after the election, on both sides, whether it's PMP or GLP, see, now it's time to come together. And make we deal with community issue, make we deal with the issues that is affecting every single one of us in Falmouth or in whatever community or whatever country or parish you live. That is what we are talking about, you know. So, yes, we have two people I got up right now to represent the PMP side there. So, we don't see that sort out yet to say everywhere else I get for them sort out. We see St. Mary gone. We see down at St. Elizabeth. We see Westmoreland, Little Tanglin still are going down there with ear and ears. We don't know that about work out. See, we don't really know what going on in Falmouth yet. We see Suzette Brown putting in her throwing her cap in the ring according to what people say. And we see Dennis Meadow, the most visible individual, right? See? So going for, and we have the present council, saying Wilkinson is there as a councillor. We don't really hear from him. You understand? We don't hear him voice enough. You know?
Yeah, and may I say for full disclosure, he's my nephew.
And are your nephew?
Yes.
But we don't hear him voice. Or your nephew voice. So
maybe I need to give him some. I need to give him some of my blood.
You understand? You know what I mean? So if we are going to, as may I say, if we want with community and with country, you just talk about something with civics. What you say, a silent what?
The passive and the
passive and the active
citizens.
No, just look on it. If you have the representative of the people passive and the people passive, where we are going?
Going down the slippery slope fast.
So, you know, and we see Jamaica right now in that state there. You know, we are at that stage where all the opposition now passive. And the most passive opposition we ever seen in the history of Jamaica.
A big part, what I'm seeing is that I love social media to a point, but I think it destroys a lot, and especially even because I observe a lot. I walk around and I look with folks with their children and walking, and the children have the phone or some device in their hands playing and everything. Well, we and I, when we grew up, we usually just have one soccer ball or maybe get some sour orange and play cricket and because we couldn't afford it. But we were more engaged with each other socially. And as I said, no, mother and father they might drive sometimes two different cars and then carry the children gone and come back and lock up inside it, bam, bam, bam. You know, with a lot of devices among themselves. So they don't know their classmate, you know, and everything. Most of them don't even go to church.
Yes.
Right, from my observation. So the social breakdown in Jamaica is that it's a lack of interaction because some people figure more or less that, you know, we go back to certain times in my time when, you know, certain people, children stick together and everything. At one point, it was broken down so much because of education and everything. That is no longer now because with all the
because
devices.
Culture changing, okay.
Exactly.
We have a culture here we call now dancehall culture.
Oh yeah.
See, culture. But you see, this is the reality. You see, one of the things is when we try to disconnect from what is happening, it is with us. These things are with us, you know.
Yeah.
And we have to see how this reality affecting us. See? So we can't play no holier than thou in all of this neither. We have to engage these youth. We see participate in this because this is their culture. This is where them come know. This is what is more dominant in their ear space. And if it is that is more dominant than your Christian values or whatever, that's what they are going to gear towards. You know what I mean? You just talk about social media. At age 10 or even younger, your son asks you for your phone. Now we are moving into the age where they might tell you, say, boy, maybe you're not going to have any physical classroom anymore. So all we have to prepare now or we go and get a piece of instrument, whether a laptop or whether a tablet or whether a phone that the children can have access to certain things.
And it's a reality that we have to do. But again, and I like the point you mentioned about living with it, because I hear some of the dance, because I don't hear, except I listen to this station, so I'm getting familiar with a lot of cultural music in Jamaica more. But what I'm just saying is that, for example, I preached a sermon on Father's Day once, and I challenged the men to just add to what you're saying. I said, you walk across the street from where you are, and you see these young men, because you come inside and preach a walk, or the young men, then what they said, and walk with them pants down. I said, but you're walking in your nice suit to go into this building, that you're listening to my voice, and you don't say to the young man, hi, hello, good afternoon, or good morning, because you're so afraid of them. I said, what if you pass one day and say, hey, good morning? They're going to answer you and say, hey, they're going to start some conversation. Be negative, I tell you something negative. Oh, well, man, but you start a dialogue. And from starting a dialogue, you start to develop something, because he's going to hear how you speak. And he might say to you, well, why? Let's dress up in a suit and all that. So that's a way to start conversations. But if we are looking on the one side and says, oh boy, these boys walking with them pants down there, the girls, them tight dress up, and we start to form within our own self that negativity about the kids. And they're looking at you and saying, oh yeah, they're busy with us and they don't like us. And somebody got to say hello to each, and we are the adults within the system. And so, we are saying that we are followers or whatever, we're trying to be a part of something, but we're leaving out a lot of people because we're not trying to communicate with them. And that, I agree with you 1,000,000%, that we have to really find every means of engaging everybody. And we have to become leaders in the communities to do things. We see something, don't wait and somebody say, bye, I'm a thing that, so I see such and such. I'm sure somebody like you, or probably like Julia, said, but this is how I do it.
Yes.
And then here's an idea and everything. And that's what we have to do. But I think we're doing a finger pointing thing. We're pointing and everything, and everything like here, and then 3 or 4 fingers pointing back and asking, what are we doing?
So,
so we said, yeah, did, and then say, what are we doing? That's what the 4 fingers said to you. You understand? So we have to, and I'm committed to Jamaica to a point, but I make no bones about it. Anything Trelawney and everything, I'm in it 100%. If somebody comes and asks a question, I will be ready to help and everything. And I don't want to be a leader of anything. I love to be followers, understand, and give ideas, because
you see, there's a time gone, when we used to go to church. Yeah, I say that when we used to go to church as youth, you used to have what you call them, the young people fellowship.
Yeah,
right?
CYO.
Yeah, whatever they used to call it. In a full little Pentecostal church, we call it young people meeting. I believe Tuesday was when it designated for every Tuesday. Young people that meet, and we have our own way of governing things, but it is still overseen by the leader of the church. See, now that was a good structure, You know what I mean? For continuity of whatever order you put in place. See, and this is what we are talking about, the whole disconnect with us and the next generation, because that structure was to keep the connection with the next generation.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, as we said, for the past nearly 40 years in Jamaica, now we see a kind of cultural disparity happening. So the people in them 50s and maybe in them 60s now, push aside the young people and bogo we got this and that, we not interact with them anymore. You understand? And I believe that if we really need any change to take place, it can't come from us right now. Saying we have to have that kind of interaction with the youth them.
Yeah.
That the youth them can see something valuable inside of us and see how they can continue with that. What them learn to become a man.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? From even at the home, from within the circles, how them see a kind of love, a kind of communal living, a kind of respect for each other. That has to be demonstrated every day in a them face that them can see it. It is a part of them. You know what I mean? But when every day them hear the word dissing, and if you diss me, you're dead, and if you diss, you're that, and that is the culture. The whole thing of forgiveness, the whole thing of respect for each other. If we as elders not start to, and that's why we say, you see, when it comes to politics or the political system in Jamaica, me don't really want to take no side, No, me don't want to take no side. What me always want to say is policy. It's policy that is going to work in the best interest of the people. That's what I'm interested in.
You know one
you
thing.
Me I say?
You know one thing.
So me no weird on color. You see me I say? I know I'm weird on color. The reason why sometimes people will even say, why them rather the PMP is because of history. And you could have called it an 8-year history. For me, it's an 8-year history between 1972 our 9-year history between 1972 and 1980 or 1979. See?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
So and I believe that is all most people can talk about now pertaining to the PMP, because that is where we see a little balance was taking place at the time. We see a social upliftment and a social shift that was taking place just within 9 years, See? Because I said it all the while. Under PGA, it goes, what PGA them come with, bring where we there right now. And the reality that, because it's a capitalist market system. And that's why we are struggling with what we are struggling right now.
You know one thing, I just say this quickly. Last week Saturday, I had to do a funeral for a young man, 23-year-old, died in an accident. He would have, the fact that he's dead, he would have been at the stadium competing to represent Jamaica. A young man by the name of Heslop. My topic at this funeral is that about the ants as a community. And I think I just leave that with Jamaicans. We got to watch how the ants work. It's like it faced me full on, because I feed the birds in the morning before I go walk, and I notice the ants. And the big piece, one ant would go back into the ground and come back with a cadre of folks, and they would survey it and they try to see if they could fit it to. If not, they bite it and break it into pieces and do it. And the one who can take the one, that's his ability, take the little piece and go down. And I think that's as a community, as a country, we probably need to look at the ants and watch how the ants work together, because God created the animals before us, and we sometimes would learn a lot from them. So,
And the animal are more in tune to nature than human being. It's a sad thing,
Yeah.
And what human being claim, as the Bible says, we were given the power to dominate
them.
So, and that is the dominance that the principle, I never want to call it, the structure of dominance create what we have in the world today, because man want to dominate man, and some people become the properties for others. You know what I mean? So, Mr. Beckford, you're gone very soon from me. But I'm happy that we meet face to face.
Yes.
And we are going to work to make Jamaica better, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, man. We are going to work to make Jamaica be a better place. Saying, and we're going all our vibes and make sure, say, the things that are within us, it must be beautiful. Whatever within us must be have some substance, because we only can share what is within us. Not true? So make we work on ourselves first.
And definitely. I, as I said to Julian, I said to you many times, I really believe it. I believe in the station. I believe in what you guys are doing with your programming.
Yes.
And I say to a lot of people, say to a lot of folks that I'm dying for. I met Meadows. We met somebody's having a birthday party, and I said, one thing I want to do, commit to me, that this station, you're gonna make sure that they get, whatever, whoever becomes in charge for the next election, whether the JLP or the PNP, I'm gonna push it.
We don't know if we are fit for being political.
No, not political. I'm talking about.
No. What we are saying is we are serve the community. Exactly. That's what we are about. See? So if we are serve the community, whoever you are, and see the interest or see how you can benefit from us serving the community, you just support and support without any form of attachment. And that we are saying, detach yourself. Just know that you are a part, but you are not going to be dictated. Well, this has been another community buzz, and we give thanks for Brother Darren Oliver, and Mr. Patrick Beckford from New Jersey, a community man doing some great work. And I would ask everybody, you know what I mean, that do the same as Patrick. See what going on in your community. He left New Jersey, come here and he do him survey. What about you who live here? You know, you're asking questions of your political representative. You're asking questions of your church leader or whoever in your community. You know, make we sit down and reason, make we have a talk and see the things them where we can help with better. You know, or we can grow more, and or we can have a fruitful life, you know what I mean, that we can full jar ourselves, because that's what we are here for. You know, you just say we have to, every minute we are talking about problem. No, we want to talk about some of the beautiful things that we are experiencing, and we want to share those beautiful experiences with others. Yes, this is Imara, the musical revolutionary, and the community buzz and Fit FM. Next strong, our way here. Her name is Economics. See, big up yourself. I want to heal up my virgin who's here. Carry on last week. Thanks for joining. And bless up the people of Primal Media. Saying, bless up Joel Moyoung, bless up Nehima, bless up all the listeners and the people connected to this program. Together we are strong. One love.
Blessings and light. This is Imara, the musical revolutionary. You're in host and the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Every Monday at 3 p.m. to the community, to the wide world. Let us be the change. 3 p.m. on the community buzz.